when we got into the business, there were more landlord pitches. Like anytime a property sold, new owner would come in and go pitch the top firms.
And I have noticed, and the reason why we're doing this as an updated podcast is it's not changing back, but we're starting to see a little bit more of it. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So there is a tide shifting here.
Welcome to our Industrial Advisors podcast. You have Bill Condon and Matt McGregor. We are doing a 5-minute Friday today. And the topic, and we've done this before, but it's been a while. The topic that we want to talk about today is landlord pitches and how they've become less and less over time throughout our brokerage.
Yeah. They don't happen.
They don't, they happen rarely. But we want to talk about why that is and kind of what's led to that. Because when we got into the business, there were more landlord pitches. Like anytime a property sold, new owner would come in and go pitch the top firms.
And I have noticed, and the reason why we're doing this as an updated podcast is it's not changing back, but we're starting to see a little bit more of it. Okay.
Yes, yeah.
So there is a tide shifting here. So to give the listener some perspective, when we both came into the industry and say for the first probably 8 years we were in, if something sold 100% of the time, okay, that capital markets team that sold that would move on, okay, get paid.
Yeah.
And then the landlord asset team would come in and bring in 4 or 5 firms and pitch for the leasing assignment. Then I think because of a dominant capital markets team that kind of demanded, to be on the listings, that it changed where all of a sudden that just almost disappeared for the better part of 10 plus years.
Yeah, I think that there was a team that came in, a company that had such good control over the capital market side. Yeah. And to their credit, they said, hey, if we sell this to you, we want the listing too. If we select you.
It was new.
Well, in the market, they timed it really well because the market was so hot and there was so much investor demand to buy assets that they wanted to get the assets. So of course they would then, the leasing would go with it.
Put that pressure on.
Yeah. Yeah. And, we sell a lot of assets and we get the listings as well. It's not our expectation by any means that just because we sold something, we should get the listing. We think it actually is important for landlords to go out when they acquire something, right? To talk to different firms and see who the best is for that leasing assignment. The markets you mentioned, we're starting to see it more. I think part of that has to do with the market softened, right? And so landlords are paying way more attention to getting their assets leased up, and part of that equation is hiring the very best listing team in the market to do that.
Well, and I think to your point, that happened, but at the same time, there was more diversification in capital markets.
Good point, yeah.
So that company that was dominant, there was more diversification.
Yeah.
And now, all of a sudden, there's a lot of players in that space. It's a little more evened out. And so there's not as much pressure on the landlords to automatically give it to that team, even if they're clearly not the best in all markets, right?
Yeah.
Of course, they have good brokers in different markets. But now we're starting to see capital markets come in, sell something, and then a pitch come more frequently than we have in years. And I think you and I both agree, whether we're selling or not, that's the right call for a landlord group.
Yeah, in fact, I would encourage it because we don't have any problem going out and competing.
That's different.
Nor should any broker, right? It's a different set of skills to sell something and to lease it up, right? And so no one should be offended if they sell something and all of a sudden it's getting pitched. We'll go earn it on the leasing side.
That's right. And there could be a location or a product type that because I think you and I are a little more rare that we do both.
Yeah.
Right? Most guys are just capital markets or just leasing.
Yeah.
Right? And so you and I are a little bit different, but even with us, there could be a location or a product type that is not, or could have a major conflict with another client.
Right.
It should be interviewed.
Yeah, absolutely. Right? So hire the best of the best and whatever it is, a disposition, leasing it up.
That's right.
But and sometimes it's the same, sometimes it's not.
That's right.
And so I like the competitive aspect of it for owners when they're looking at these different things.
That's right.
That's our take. Thank you for listening. Happy Friday and have a great weekend.